Good evening mga ka-privacy! Welcome back to another episode ng Privacy in the Spotlight. Ang topic natin this month is a little bit close to my heart kasi may sakit ako. And also, I'm a nurse by profession, by the way. And syempre, in celebration of the World Patient Safety Day this September, ang kasama ko po ngayon ay katulad ko rin isang nurse, si Attorney Ace Reblora. Good evening, Attorney Ace.
Good evening, Rorin.
Kumusta ka?
Okay naman.
Question, bakit hindi tayo nag-practice ng nursing?
Hindi ko rin alam.
Calling ang nursing.
Calling. It's a calling. It's a vocation.
It's a vocation.
Siguro hindi lang ako na-call.
Pero nakapasa tayo sa
yes,
board.
and siguro mas naging interested lang ako sa pagtuturo. That's where I started. Tapos nag-law. Ayun.
Totoo yun.
Yeah.
It's really a vocation. You really need to be interested in what you are doing or else you could damage or hurt a person.
Buhay
or your
yung
patient.
hawak. Oo,
Oo.
buhay yung hawak.
Hindi naman sa sa opisina kasi pwede pa mag-freeze.
True. May control Z.
May control
undo.
Z, may undo, may backspace, may delete.
True.
Sa hospital, hindi.
Yun
Pag
na yun
nagkamali ka ng inject,
Yun na.
yun na yun. No?
Nakakata.
And this month, September, we are celebrating World Patient Safety Day.
Yes.
Actually, the University of the Philippines, Manila, meron silang inorganize na Patient Safety Congress ngayong September.
Yes.
No? So, dahil doon, no, yung patient safety kasi, it's very important advocacy ng mga healthcare providers.
As it should be.
No,
very,
diba?
very important. Top of the Diba?
Yung patient safety,
Oo.
hindi mo dapat sasaktan yung
Oo,
pasyente
diba?
mo.
Non-maleficence.
Totoo. So, yung data privacy, kung minsan nakakalimutan natin siya, it was also a part of making sure that your patients are safe. Diba?
Correct.
Alala mo yung canister scandal.
Oh yes, very infamous. Yung may kinuha silang
Video
during operation canister.
Way back 2007, 2008.
At hindi pa masyado ang social media that time, pero still parang
Hindi
na
pa
headline
strict yung
yan.
kasi may mga guidelines yung mga social media, di ba? Community standards. And ngayon, I think just recently, last August,
Yes.
merong naging issue din na one of a student nurse posted something online na although wala namang mga muka, walang pangalan, personal information, but I think yung situation made it worse. No?
Kasi I'm pretty sure marami familiar naman dun sa pangyayari na yon. And siguro yung medyo nakakatch ng attention or yung controversy dun is parang yung vulnerability nung moment na parang picturean or videohan,
Totoo.
diba? So,
Yung
parang,
sabi nga ng isang comment section, sa comment section, huwag ka na mag-doktor kasi baka imbis na unahin mo yung pasyente, magsiset up ka muna ng camera.
for the content mo
For the cloud, for the content.
Talagang nagbabago yung, kumbaga, yung society rin natin. And that's why I always say that parang as technology grows, dapat we discuss more about parang the ethics that comes with it. Diba? The human rights that are affected by it.
Kasi advocacy yun ng mga doctors and nurses.
Yes.
Na to protect the life and health of our patients.
Yes.
So,
and also the dignity, diba? Dignity, yes.
So, hindi lang porket patient, physical lang na treatment.
True.
Baka naman, napagaling mo, tapos damage naman yung reputation.
True.
So, Attorney Ace, kasi marami tayong mga questions, no? Frequently asked questions. Yun nga, pag ako nagtotalk, and I am sure pag ikaw nagtotalk, ito yung mga commonly asked questions.
Parang expected na
natatanungin pag meron tayong
sa
mga
health sector.
seminars related sa health. Yan. And ito rin yung mga natanggap natin sa email. So, question number 1. Sorry, may sakit po ako. So, tamang-tama yung patient safety natin.
Sakto.
Oo. I, 25 female, recently signed up for a fitness app. that tracks my workouts and diet. They ask for so much information, including my health data from my phone's health app. I'm worried about this data might be shared or used. Is this allowed sa TPA? And what should I consider before giving them access? And how can I protect my information?
Ayan. Very relevant kasi marami sa atin. Ako, gumagamit ako smartwatch di ba? Yung parang nag-monitor ng BP, heart rate,
And I
even
think yung mga
autosat.
newer version, kaya na ng ECG.
Oh, grabe na yun. Pang ano na yun, malakasan na talaga. Sa akin hanggang BP lang yun na nakakuha. So, very, very relevant na pag-usapan niya. So, maganda yung question niya, is it allowed in the DPA? And the answer, in general, is yes. Diba? Kasi ang DPA naman was created not to, kumbaga, not to limit, not to
Stop you
from collecting or processing data. In fact, diba ang sabi nga nila, ginawa ng Congress yung DPA to allow us to freely, diba? Para ma-allow yung free flow of information. So yes, it is allowed. But again, for every rule, there are limitations, there are exceptions. So, when it comes to collection and processing of data, you always have to keep in mind yung 3 principles. You have the transparency, diba? You have the proportionality, the legitimate purpose. So, while it is allowed, may limitation siya. Diba? Ano lang ba yung kailangan? Ano lang ba rin yung inaalaw natin? Since it's a health app, it's a fitness tracker or fitness app, then ibig sabihin, most probably by consent mo yung mga i-collect lang na data. So anong importanteng gawin ng mga gumagamit ng mga ganong trackers or apps? You have to be familiar with the permissions. So you have to look at the
kailangan basahin.
Yes.
The problem is, nagda-download tayo, hindi natin binabasa.
Yun, Pero maganda ngayon yung mga phone natin, medyo talagang, kasi ano na sila aware na sa privacy nga. So, yung mga phone ngayon, pag bagong download mo ng application, bagong bukas mo, they will ask you na, diba? Ask app not to track.
Okay.
So, ako, matik yun talaga. So, also, you can check your phone settings, diba? May
For
mga
privacy
permissions,
settings.
may mga permissions doon. So, tingnan mo, alin doon, naka-allow ba yung camera? Naka-allow ba yung voice? Diba? Kaya ako very particular ako sa ganun. So, kung hindi ko kailangan yung camera for that application, I turn it off. Hindi niya kailangan makuha yung contacts ko. Hindi niya kailangan buksan yung phone book ko for the health
health
app.
app.
Ano niya yun, di ba? So, I turn it off. So, pwede ka naman mamili So, medyo
naman.
diligence lang talaga.
Oo, kasi kung minsan
On your
tayo,
part.
gamit lang din tayo na gamit.
Exactly.
So, hindi naman sa, pero ang dami nating din-download na apps. Tapos, hindi natin binabasa yung terms and conditions.
Yes, oo.
So, kailangan...
Automatic yes, I agree agad.
I agree.
No?
Kasi gusto mong gamitin agad. Okay.
So, medyo may konting, siguro you have to put in some diligence rin in using the applications. If you want to protect yourself, kasi for yourself rin naman. Diba?
Okay, another question. Gusto ko lang i-share yung experience ko sa isang public hospital. Ay, Attorney Ace, ito kasi, specific na sinama ko to sa mga questions kasi ang daming scenario na ganito. Na first-hand experience ko rin. Pero sabi nung nag-send sa atin is, usually hindi nila ina-announce yung pangalan ng patients for privacy concerns.
Tama.
Pero minsan, tinatawag ng guard yung patient based sa chief complaints. Example, patient 10. Yung nagre-reklamo ng UTI. Ayan. Tapos normal ba na practice to? Feeling ko kasi medyo inappropriate. Ano sa tingin nyo?
Grabe na, parang patient number 1 yung may TB.
Oh, yan, gano'n. Yung ubo na ubo. Yan, gano'n.
Grabe naman. So, well, hindi talaga siya inappropriate. Ay, hindi siya appropriate. Hindi siya appropriate. Kasi, di ba, imagine, lalo na kung very sensitive yung di ba, sana kung sipon, ubo, okay lang kahit pa paano, pero hindi pa rin pero kumbaga, may mas mga sensitive pa na mga diagnosis.
Na hindi pwede namin sabihin kasi baka ma-block kami ng Facebook.
Oo, sensitive. So, hindi talaga siya recommended. So, just the queue number. Tsaka, parang anong sense? Bakit mo kailangan i-describe? May number na
may
nga. May number na nga.
Kasi sa mga hospital, may mga queue.
Oo, yung mga ngayon, meron na rin. Or kahit number lang na ganyan. O, number 10. So, that's it.
Mas okay pa na sabihin na, oy, patient, Rorenchin. Kesa sa naman, oy, patient, yung nag-UTI dyan. Diba?
Parang mas acceptable pa nga
Oo.
pangalan na lang. Minsan nga yung pangalan mo medyo, katulad ko, ako haba ng pangalan ko ba? Ana Carmela. Kasi pag tinawag ako dati, mahiya pa ako. Ana Carmela di ba? Pero, yun. Pero we would recommend rather na lang na, yung number, that's it. Parang no need naman to describe na.
Tsaka siguro, hindi lang kasi, baka kasi sinasabi na public, wala kaming pera kasi for queue number. Maraming ways.
Other ways,
no?
yeah.
Hindi lang porket public or private. Depende yun, dapat may policy.
Policy, yeah. And maraming alternative ways to do it.
Yung
Diba?
pagtawag na pasyente.
Kasi nga kaya laging di ba, the least intrusive, least intrusive. So yung most intrusive yung ginamit
Yung
nila, I
ginawa,
think,
oo.
kasi diagnosis
So sa mga hospital po dyan, make sure na meron kayong policies at sine-check nyo yung mga ganitong practices ng mga employees.
Baka kasi you have policy in place,
Tapos hindi
written, maganda,
ginagawa.
maganda yung policy, pero pagdating sa procedure, so we have to follow through.
Tsaka din, no? Kailangan na-train din yung mga
Oh, yes.
all personnel.
Yeah,
Yung mga
very, very
guards.
important yung training. Yun lagi, di ba tayo lagi pag nai-invite tayo sa mga hospitals or any mga health mga entities like mga clinics ganyan, we always say na very parang we applaud them for taking the first step, which is the training, kasi that's where it starts. Kasi an organization would only be as strong as its weakest link. So, make sure that everybody's trained, especially those yung mga sa frontline, kasi sila yung directly involved talaga in
Totoo.
processing information.
Tsaka baka kasi nakakalimutan ng mga hospital, very sensitive yung mga hawak.
Yes, oo. And we always emphasize that pag sa mga hospitals, you're handling health information. And if you look at the law, the health information is a sensitive personal
Mas
information.
malaki ang penalty.
Yes. So there's a higher accountability. And if you break that accountability, yung consequence rin sa'yo, mas malaki. Mas mahaba kulong, mas mataas ang
yung fines.
So yun rin, di ba? We don't want that, of
True.
course.
Okay, question number 3. Just sharing, hindi to question, comment.
Comment.
Just sharing my thoughts sa Operation Tule. Yung mga bata kasi pinipicturean, then ipopost ng LGU sa mga posters, sa mga social media. Nakakaawa yung mga bata.
Oo.
Nangyari ata ito nung March?
Oo, parang narinig ko nga na may ganyan na So, we remind yung mga healthcare workers or yung mga management or kung government man yan or private that maybe nagmi-mission, di ba? May mga medical mission or may mga operation na ganyan. You limit the processing of data, and that would include images and videos to only what is needed. If you want to increase awareness, you don't need the face.
Oo, hindi
Diba?
naman
You don't
kailangan
need
na yung bata. O baka
Diba?
pinicturean kasi
Oo.
ipopost sa social media, meron kaming mga batang Operation Tule. Ito sila. Tapos yung mga bata, yung ano ko.
Oo, di ba? Hanggang paglaki na yan. Remember, internet is forever.
Forever. May forever sa
may
internet.
forever sa internet. So, kawawa naman. Katulad nga ng sabi natin, when you talk about safety, it's not just physical safety. You also talk about like the dignity of the patient. Kasama yun doon. The reputation of the patient. So, if hindi mo, I don't think na para mag-raise na awareness, kailangan mo
yung face.
Pakita mo pa yung face, tsaka yung tutoy niya. Kung ba sabihin? Diba? So parang, you limit to what is necessary for your
doon
purpose.
sa purpose.
So if you want to increase awareness, sige, tanggalin na lang yung face, maybe blur yung diba?
Yung problema din ko minsan is yung mga sa Operation Tule. Yung parents mismo yung nagpo-post. Yung kumukuha and nagpo-post.
Oo, yun yung masama, no?
Oo.
Para sila dapat yung
Sasabihin
number
nila may
one nagpo-protect
consent.
di ba? Oo. So,
Awareness na rin sa parents.
that's why we always say, no, yung training na ginagawa natin, yung pagre-raise ng awareness should not stop with just the DPOs, just the professionals, 'di ba? Yung mga nasa management, we don't stop there, hindi siya sa work environment lang. We bring
Pati
it
sa data subject.
even sa bahay, you bring it home. Pati yung mga data subjects,
Bata,
sa
oo.
most vulnerable bata, 'di ba may program pa kayo na kabataang
Kabataang
digital kasi we
digital.
start there and we also have like platforms like this para ma-reach natin even yung mga
Vulnerable
yung
groups in mga
vulnerable groups
far-flung
that
areas.
don't always have the opportunity to listen to like training, seminars, no, na intended for the professionals. Kasi everything starts at home sa totoo lang
totoo.
'di ba? So if doon hindi aware, then the community becomes vulnerable.
True. Tsaka kasi baka katuwaan lang naman today, pero in the future,
Oo. Kawawa
ay,
naman.
kawawa yung bata.
Meme na yung ano ko,
Meme
tutoy.
yung tutoy niya.
Naging meme na siya, di ba? Kawawa naman.
Okay, last question. I work as a nurse sa isang private hospital. Ayan. And recently, na-experience ko na binibidyohan kami during a procedure. Parang naisip ko baka kapag may nagkamali sa amin, ipopost sa Facebook or other social media platforms. Sobrang invasive kasi ng behavior na ganito. Pwede ba kami mag-complain sa NPC? Meron kasi kaming policy, pero since private yung hospital, medyo takot kami, lalo na pag mayaman yung relative ng patient.
Ayan. So this is not a new question, di ba? I'm sure na na rin yan one way or another sa mga seminars natin. So lalo na nung pandemic, yung kasagsagan ng pandemic na nagba-vaccination. So yung maraming lalo sa mga binivideo, picture, syempre nakaka-capture even the doctors, even yung mga nurses, mga healthcare workers. So we have to remember first and foremost that even the medical staff, no, yung mga medical personnel, the doctors, the healthcare workers, the nurses, yun, lahat yung mga yun, they are also data subjects.
Hindi lang pasyente.
Hindi lang pasyente ang data subject. So, they also have the same rights. If you as the patient have rights, yung mga healthcare providers rin, they also have everyone. Kasi we are all data subjects kasi, di ba, we provide data different instances.
Somewhere out there may nagpo-proseso ng
yes, correct. So we have the same, the doctors have the same rights as the patients, no? So when it comes to recording or capturing images, you have to be careful. You have to be mindful rin of their rights. So, may consent ba yan? O for what purpose? Yung iba sasabihin, kaya ako binidyo kasi we felt we were in danger. All right, that's okay. Kasi may exceptions naman, hindi naman totally bawal. And 'di ba? May mga exceptions tayo pagdating sa batas. That's all right if you feel that you're in danger, if you feel na parang na you have to capture something. But then again, you have to remember when you have a reason to, or you have a legitimate maybe reason to collect information, to capture image or record a video, it doesn't automatically give you the right na i-post sa social media. Magkaiba yan. That's a different story, di ba? Maybe capture the image and then if you feel the need na dalhin mo sa law enforcement. So, sige, kasi for your security nga naman yon. Pero iba yung usapan na dadalhin mo siya sa social media because you have to think, anong purpose?
Tsaka baka kasi during the video, hindi lang nurse yung na-capture mo or hindi lang doctor, baka meron bang ibang patient.
Exactly.
So, palagi ko sinasabi na your right ends where the right of others starts.
Correct. Laging may limitation.
Hindi porket may karapatan ka, bahala na yung iba.
And to add also, kasi yung question niya, pwede ba akong magreklamo sa NPC? Definitely, but yung procedures natin would require you to first, kumbaga, pag-usapan niyo at the level of the hospital, since you have the policy, it should be taken to the hospital management first, diba? Parang may procedure muna sa hospital. Then, pag wala talaga nangyari doon, then that's when you bring it to the National Privacy Commission. So, yeah.
Ayan. So, thank you, Attorney Ace. Any last message or paalala sa ating mga pasyente and also healthcare providers?
Ayan. So, first of all, happy World Patient Safety Day. I hope we always take into account as professionals, especially yung mga nasa medical professions, always comes first yung patient safety natin. And with that, it also should include privacy and confidentiality of our patients, because yung privacy and confidentiality of the patient preserves their dignity, and dignity, goes hand in hand with safety. Hindi lang physical safety yung pinag-usapan natin dito, but even emotional, mental, holistic. Diba?
At kung meron naman kayong mga gustong i-share na kwentong privacy or meron kayong mga katanungan, you may send them via email at spotlight@privacy.gov.ph. Sa ating susunod na episode na
Privacy in the Spotlight.